Hey, good afternoon, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are an Austin, Texas-based company focused on creating a technology platform to help student athletes connect with other student athletes as they build their network during the recruiting process, and then also connect with college coaches as they go through the recruiting process, and then more importantly, to help them successfully transition from high school to college and then either into a career in their sport, which would be football here, or in their major. We've got another exciting prospect that I got a chance to watch this past weekend up in Plano. He really did a great job of locking down his position at corner. Chandler Rivers is a class of 22 defensive back from Beaumont United High School here in Texas. He's 5'11", 175, strong GPA of 3.8. First team all district and a National Honor Society member, which I love. Chandler Rivers, how you doing this afternoon?
Doing good, Coach. How about yourself?
Good, man. I love the smile. Hey, let's talk about this past weekend. So you came up to the FBU Texas Showdown and worked out, first of all, with a current Dallas Cowboys scout in Chris Vaughn and my oldest son, Aaron Williams, who played at Texas and with the Buffalo Bills. Tell us what that experience was like getting coached by two really good DB coaches.
The experience, it was great. Like, they taught me everything I needed to know more, like the important stuff and just the atmosphere around them. Like being around people of that caliber just made the experience great for me.
Awesome. Well, you did a great job. You locked down. You were definitely one of the top players in the at the camp, and you also earned your national combine invite. How special was that to happen, and then to get your third offer this week?
Yeah, it was very special. It was a very good week. Just being able to go back to the national combine this year is going to be fun.
Perfect. Great. Well, hey, let's talk a little bit about as you get ready for the upcoming season here. We're coming out of COVID-19. Tell us what you were doing before we reopened and what you're doing now with your strength conditioning at your school.
Before, so me and my dad, we bought a weight room, kinda like we got a bench and like a squat rack and everything. So we just been lifting on our own at the house, and every once in a while we'll go to the field if it's open. We'll get some field work in, but mainly we just been lifting. So now that everything's back open, now we're actually getting on the field more. So
one of the things that impressed Coach Vaughn and Coach Williams and myself at the camp, you have a very smooth back pedal. You've got very fluid hips. You didn't look rusty at all. Is that something you've been working on, or you're just naturally fluid as an athlete?
naturally fluid.
Not so fluid?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, I want to show some of the coaches that may not know who you are as a prospect yet. Let's bring up your huddle video, have you commentate to some of the plays you make, and then we'll come back and get into getting you know you better. Let's see, let's go share my screen. And here we go.
So this is our second scrimmage, and this was when we started actual scrimmage play, when we did like a full game kinda, and it was like 3rd and like 10, and it was like two minutes left in the game, and they just went for like a fade ball, and it was a bad throw by the quarterback, and I caught it and just returned it. And this one was 3rd and like 7. It was like 2 minutes left in the half, 3 minutes left in the half. And they was just trying to keep hitting us on the out routes. So I kind of like figured out what they were doing. And the quarterback just picked it, got the ball and just picked up and threw it. And I just picked it. And this play,
oh wow!
After the half, before like at the beginning of that game, I had dropped the punt and we almost gave the ball back to them. But I had to redeem myself, and they kicked it to me again. And I caught it, and I had to make a couple moves and then score. And this one was our first game against St. Pius. My linebacker made a good play on the out route to tip me the ball, and I scored. And this was against Deer Park. He fumbled the ball, and then I just so happened to be in the right position to pick it up and just scoop and score. This was just a pick that they were just trying to go for the deep ball because it was on false start.
Oh, nice.
Right here, I was just trying to stay outside of wide receiver to make the tackle. Right here, they was running slants like the whole game on the opposite side, like on the other corner. So when they came to my side, I was kind of expecting it. And they just threw it.
Wow. Chandler, there's obviously a lot of good film here. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. A couple of things I want to ask you about is, I mean, when I first started watching your video, when I invited you to Texas Showdown, I was impressed with you playing multiple positions. Do you have a favorite? Do you like playing corner or safety or nickel or what, how do you feel about that?
Like when I go to camps and showcases, I like playing corner. But like for my school, I like playing nickel and safety because I get more action. Because
Yeah.
like when coaches watch the scouting report, they like to stay away from me a lot. So I like to be like in a safety position where I can be like in the middle of everything. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. If I was a coach, I'd do the same thing. The other thing that stands out is just you have a nose for the ball. Where the ball is, you're around it, and you're usually taking it the other way. Tell me where that mentality comes from.
Just always been in the right place. Just always running to the ball, like our coaches used to tell us. Always get to the ball, so good things happen.
Yeah. The other thing that stands out is obviously your speed. You know, a lot of guys tout that they run 4.5. I'm an old school guy. I know what 4.5 looks like, and you've got great top end speed. Tell us where that's coming from. Are you a track guy, or have you always been naturally fast?
Kind of a track guy. I wasn't naturally fast. I had to work on that. That's something I had to work on. And this summer, I really dedicated myself to getting faster, like a lot of explosive drills, like power cleans, resistant bands, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it definitely pops in your video. The other thing I love about your video is you play special teams. You're a good tackler and run defense. Talk about yourself being a complete defensive back.
Since I'm like kind of short compared to other people, I have to be able to play everything. I have to be a special person. So special teams, I always was on special teams because I always made something happen on the field, and my coaches knew I was a playmaker.
Well, you're listed at 5'11". I mean, that's not short, but tell us about does your technique or your mentality change when you face a taller receiver that's over 6 foot?
No, sir, because I have long arms, long legs, so I'm a lanky kind of person. So I play big anyway, so it's not really a difference.
Okay, I like it. Well, let's switch over to your tremendous academics, which also are a big standout. 3.8 GPA, National Honor Society. Tell us about the importance that you put on your academics.
I was always told if you don't pass, you don't play. So I always just had to keep my grades up, and the football is going to eventually end. I have to have something to fall back on. So just dedicate myself to doing good in the classroom.
Chandler, you're wise beyond your years because I tell players that all the time. I mean, God forbid we all love this game, but it will come to an end one day or another. And if football is not helping us to be successful when it's over, then we were just playing the game and not trying to better our lives. So I love hearing that from a young player. As you go into your sophomore season, tell us, what do you consider your strengths, and what are some of the things you're working on in your second year on varsity?
Going to my junior season?
Sorry, your junior season. Sorry, yeah.
I'm expecting a lot, really. I got to be a leader because we're going to have a young team, so they're all looking up to me because I now have offers and everything, so they're going to expect a lot out of me. I can't just tell them to do something if I don't do it myself, so I got to be an example. And
okay.
We look forward to having a great season.
Right. Well, so, you know, your 3.8 GPA sticks out. Is there a certain teacher at Beaumont United that you want to shout out that's helped you stay on track?
Probably my history teacher, Miss Cade. She always keeps it real with me, and if I'm not doing something I'm supposed to be doing, it should let me know.
Okay. With COVID-19, I think I know the answer, but I'll ask it. Have you had a chance to take an SAT or an ACT test, or did I get washed out because of the pandemic?
I got a chance to take the SAT before COVID started. And it was like February.
Okay. Are you happy with your score? Or are you gonna take it again?
I'm happy. I'm kind of happy with my score, but I'm gonna take it again to shoot higher. I made a 950.
Okay.
I want to do better. It was my first.
Okay. I like it. The other thing coaches want to hear about is, you know, you're in the class 22. There's a lot of good DBs in that class. Tell these college coaches how you separate yourself from other DBs in your class, or what separates you.
I'm a hard worker. I'm a leader. I do is act. I'm coachable, and my grades speak for themselves. And I can do anything. I can be a nickel, a corner, a safety. I can even switch to the offensive side of the ball. I'm interchangeable. So
Okay. And then what are some of the things you're working on going in your junior year? What are some things like, hey, if I improve this, definitely take my game to the next level?
really just being able to read concepts.
Okay.
Like I already do that pretty good, but like the better I get at it, the more easier the game becomes, and just being more patient.
Okay. We talked about it earlier. We teased it. You picked up your third offer this week. Tell us about your recruiting experience so far. Who do you want to hear from? Who are you hearing from? Tell us a little bit about that so far.
So far, my recruiting's starting to pick up now. It's, so far my recruiting's starting to pick up now and everything. And I'm hearing from TCU, Baylor, Southern Miss, etc. More schools, and everything's just going good right now. My coach has been putting my name out.
Good deal. And obviously, your performance this past weekend opened a lot of eyes with the rivals and the 24/7 guys. What was it like to have a really strong performance on a big stage at the camp last weekend in front of so many recruiting service eyes?
It's really a big deal to me because now all of them hitting me up, trying to put my name out, and I like that. So
It's good. Yeah. Hey, so one of the things college coaches want to know about is your relationship with your high school coaching staff. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your position coach and your head coach.
yes, sir. Okay, so we got a whole new coaching staff. We only have like four old coaches, and my secondary coaches, they're the same as last year. So I have a very good relationship with them, and like we're close, and they just always depend on me to make something happen, like teaching the younger ones like what to do and everything, being a leader. And my new coach, a former coach at Duncanville, his name's Marcus Graham. I
Yep.
really like what they're doing, and they're setting a good foundation for us.
Good. You mentioned leadership. Tell these coaches right now, what is your definition of leadership and how do you plan on leading this fall on your team?
Leading by my actions. I can't just tell someone to do something if I don't do it myself. So just gotta lead by example, really.
Okay.
In the classroom, on the field, everything.
I like it. And then Chandler, what would you tell yourself or other freshmen who hope to be where you're at as a junior? What's one piece of advice that you know now that you didn't know as a freshman?
Be patient. Everyone's role is different.
Yeah, that's true. That's truth right there. Tell us, as far as your selection criteria for picking a school when you commit here over the next 18 months, what's going to be your criteria? Distance from home, the scheme, the family environment. What's important to you when you pick your school?
Really, just it gotta feel like home, and it gotta have my major that I like. So
Okay.
it just gotta feel like home. I gotta feel the atmosphere.
And we talked about it earlier. I think we may have missed it. What do you plan on majoring in?
Either sports medicine or computer engineering.
Okay, I like it. Okay, good deal. Let's talk about you away from football. What are you like? What are your interests? What are your hobbies? Do you like to hunt? Do you like to fish? What do you do in your spare time?
I like to hang out with my friends, like go golfing, go to the movies.
Okay.
I play my game a little bit, not too much.
What video game are you best at?
Probably matter.
Okay. And then the obvious question: are you giving L's or taking L's?
I'm giving them.
Okay. And then obviously, you being a junior, very active on your phone. What are some of the apps you spend a lot of time on? Are you a Twitter guy, Instagram, TikTok?
Uh, Probably Twitter and Snapchat.
Okay. All right. And then, we're coming out of this COVID-19 environment. You're starting to get more chance to hang out with your friends. What's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy or no?
I'm not really a big shoe guy. I only really wear running shoes, really, like Nike Vapor Maxes. That's really the only shoes I wear.
Okay.
I like the airbag at the bottom. So
Yeah. All right. And then let's go fast forward to the season here. It's pregame of a big game coming up on Friday night. Who are you listening to pregame in the locker room to get you hyped? Who are some of your favorite artists?
pre-game, I'll probably listen to like some Meek Mill, probably like pregame, like within like an hour before the game, probably. But like during the day, I'll listen to like some calm music, like so. But like towards like when we're getting ready, I'll listen to like probably Lil Baby, young NBA young boy and them. So
Tell these coaches, what kind of player are you in pregame? Are you like to get all hype and jumping around the locker room? Are you in the corner thinking about your assignments and the scouting report and things like that?
while I'm in the locker room, I'm really just calm to myself, just locked in. But like once we go like outside and like warm up and everything, I like to get my teammates fired up. So
Okay. Being a successful student athlete, there's a lot of adversity. Tell these college coaches a time in your life, either personally or dealing with football, that you had to overcome some type of adversity. Maybe an injury or something happened to your family or something that motivated you.
an injury was I had a fractured wrist, no, a broken wrist, like in 8th grade, and I couldn't do nothing for like 8 months probably. So it really set me back, and I had to overcome it by like just keeping God first. During that time, I got closer to God, and
Good.
He just helped me out until this day. So
I like it. Okay. Um, I'm sure you have somebody that you like to pattern your game after. Is there a college or NFL DB that you're like, yeah, I want my game to look like that? Who do you pattern your game off of?
probably Derek Stingley and Jeff Okuda.
Okay. I know Jeff personally. Jeff played in our All-American game down in San Antonio, and obviously had a great 3 years in Ohio State, and he's going to kill it this year as a rookie. So you guys have a lot of similarities to a game. He's a good person, and like you, Jeff had great grades, was a great person of character. So that's a good role model to have. Tell me, when did you start playing football? At what age, and when did you fall in love with football?
I think I started playing football around the age of 5 or 6, and it was really just something to play for fun because I was young. But when I got to like 7th, beginning of 8th grade, I was like I can be good at this. So I just started to fall in love with it. Because in 8th grade, I got invited to the Under Armour 8th grade All American game.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, I just haven't looked back. I just like I can do this.
Is that when you also recognize that, hey, I think football is going to help pay for my college education? Is that moment? Yeah.
This
Okay,
is,
makes sense. Tell me a little bit about your family. Mom and dad, were they athletes? What's their height? Were your siblings? Are you the baby? Are you the oldest? Tell me a little bit about your family dynamics.
I'm the youngest. I have 2 older sisters and an older brother. They both went to college. Well, they all went to college and they all played sports. My brother played football. My sister played. I mean, she ran track, and my other sister played volleyball.
Wow.
And my mom, she's from where I live now, Beaumont, Texas, and she ran track at Sam Houston.
Okay.
And my dad, he's from Louisiana, Alexandria, Louisiana, and he went to college at McNeese and played baseball, and then he went to the
Okay.
minor.
So a lot of athleticism in your background. That's good. I'm sure coaches are going to be happy to hear about that. That means a lot. Tell me a little bit about who besides your family have had a positive influence in your life. Is there a trainer or a friend or the family or somebody that's had a big impact on you?
Probably my friends,
Okay. And
because they always,
what is it that they do that helps you that gives you a positive influence?
cause they know what I can do, so they always pushing me to do better. Like if I think I can't do it, they're gonna push me to do better. So they know what I'm capable of, and they just hold me to like a higher standard.
And that's good to hear. That's very rare for a young athlete that they have friends that really kind of have their back. Sometimes some guys are cheering for you, and some guys are kind of stabbing you in the back, saying you're not that great. So it sounds like you have a good circle of friends. Tell me a little bit about you're in the class 22. Are there other players on your team that you would tell college coaches, hey, you need to start recruiting this guy? This guy's pretty good. Who on your team do you think is being under recruited?
There's a lot in my class. We have a couple receivers named Sir Zolikoffer, Mikael Hawkless. There's another receiver named Julius Stelly. Like they're all pretty good receivers. We have a strong receiving core this year.
Okay.
And in the secondary, we have 2 freshmen, like 6 foot, and
Wow.
They're 50s. One's named Traylon Porsche. He plays basketball. He's like 6'5". He's like ranked in like the top 50 as a freshman basketball player. And the other one name is Ja'Cory Smith. And they're like them in the secondary with me is gonna be a fun year.
Okay. All right. Tell me, so far, 2 years playing high school, who's the best receiver you faced at the high school level?
Probably Thaddeus Johnson from Westbrook.
Okay.
Him and Shadrack Banks from North Shore.
Oh
That's
yeah.
probably the best too.
Yep. I would agree with that. Okay. Tell me, a little bit about your learning style. College coaches want to understand what's your best learning style. Are you a verbal learner? Are you a visual learner? Or are you a physical learner?
I can do all of them, but I would like to like see it first.
Okay.
I learn faster when I see it.
Okay. Is that both in the classroom or in football or just in football?
Both.
Okay, both. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Tell me, Chandler, what do you do to give back to your community there in Beaumont? You involved your church? Are you involved with a nonprofit? What are you doing to give back?
Yes, sir. I clean up my neighborhood a lot. I mow people's lawns. I feed the homeless with my friends every
Nice.
once in a while. And
Okay. Being a student athlete is tough because you don't get to spend a lot of time with your friends. You have to sacrifice stuff. Tell these college coaches one thing you've had to sacrifice to be the elite student athlete that you are.
what you just said, not having much time to play with my friends, hang out with my friends and everything.
Yeah.
So,
But it seems like they understand that. They understand where you're trying to get to in your grind. They respect that, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
They
nice.
keep me focused with me.
Okay. Chandler, the coach is always wondering the coachability of a kid. Tell these coaches how you like to be coached. Are you a guy that doesn't mind somebody kind of getting in your face and challenging you? Or are you more of a, hey, coach, just pat me on the back, tell me what I did wrong, and I'll go fix it? Which type are you?
Uh, I could take both because I grew up with both of it. So
Okay.
it really doesn't matter. But I like a person that keep it real with me.
Yeah.
Like don't try to sugarcoat it. So
Okay. When do you think you'll make a decision what school you'll go to? Will you wait all the way till signing day your senior year, or will you think do you want to try and commit early?
I think I'll probably commit early.
Okay. Get it out of the way.
Yes, if I really like the school, I'll probably commit right then and there.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Let's fast forward. You have 2 more great years of high school, and let's just say you have 3 great years in college. You're in New York City at the draft, waiting for Commissioner Goodall to call your name. Who is sitting at your table, also waiting for your name to be called?
My mom, dad, my sister, and brother.
Okay. I like keep it small. I like it. Okay. Hey, as we finish up here, and we appreciate your time. Tell me your elevator pitch. Tell these coaches why they should recruit you and what you're going to bring to their program.
I'm gonna bring a hard work ethic, and I'm gonna always do my best, even if it's not good enough. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna always be good in the classroom. That's not gonna be a doubt.
Okay. And then last question, Chandler, what do you see yourself doing whenever football's over? What do you see your life being? What do you see yourself doing? What do you want to be? What kind of man do you want to be after football's over?
I want to own my own business,
Okay.
whether it's something to do with sports or something to do with engineering. So,
Okay.
I would like to be like a trainer one day.
All right. I like it. Well, man, I am looking forward to seeing you play. I'm going to have to make it down to Beaumont or somewhere close by when you play this fall. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the sidelines. If you need anything, please reach out to me. Continue to work hard. Have a great summer, and we'll see you during the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chandler.